Welcome back to Are You Serious? I'm Koby Campbell with my co-hosts Konner Barron and Firebaugh. Once again, a lot to talk about. We got some games planned for you guys, but we didn't have a show on Tuesday, right? So first off, we got to talk about the playoffs. So much controversy, so many good games. Konner, football, you big football fan. What jumps to your mind first when you talk about those last weekend of your conference championship games?
Well, I mean, everyone's going to be talking about the blown call.
Yeah.
Still talking about it.
In the Saints
Rams game. Also, the Patriots versus the Chiefs. I mean, people think that Brady got bailed out with D4 lining up on sides. But then again, I just thought they were both really good games. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed watching them. Those four great teams right there. Teams that could have easily both won.
Yep.
I feel like Super Bowl Sunday will be a good game, even though people are predicting the Patriots to win.
What I'm looking forward to is listening to Roma.
Yeah, that's true.
For a whole 3 hours, I'm gonna love that. Brian, what do you think about the games last week?
I thought they were great. Like Konner said, obviously 2 overtime games.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that in the playoffs very often. I just enjoyed watching the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes, so young, got such a bright future ahead of him, and he played really well for being his first real playoff test.
If you might have touched the ball first, you might have won that game.
But does this call for having the same overtime rules as college though?
I think it does.
I think it should be
because
college has it right.
I mean, you're like they're saying, it's like you're only playing one half of your team versus another half of your team. I mean, the other two halves aren't getting a chance to go on the field and do what they do. So I think they should definitely make it to where there's not even really a reason for the clock at that point. Like they have the clock going, but you're just gonna play until there's a winner anyway. So I don't see a other point for a lot of that stuff. So next up, going to the NBA, my guy, my NBA 2K godly player who I always dominate with, Victor Oladipo, went down with a season-ending quad injury. I think in his knee it is. That's gonna put him out for the rest of the season, sadly. Can the Pacers? They're third in the East right now. So let's talk about it. Do you think they can keep up the pace? Are they going to make the playoffs?
I mean, I don't see them obviously staying at the 3rd seed in the East, but I can see them being like the 7th, 8th seed.
I can see them staying in the 8th seed maybe.
Taking away Miami Heat as the 7th seed right now. He's 20 and 23. That is ridiculous. But I feel bad for Oladipo. I mean, he's finally, last year was his breakout year.
Right. This year was even better, yeah.
Better.
He's going to be a star. He's going to be all-star.
He's definitely going to be an all-star, and I just feel for injuries like this.
Right, and then Tony Parker had the same injury, and they say it's kind of a rare injury, so they don't really know what to, study or go by. So hopefully, I think he will. They say that dude's one of the hardest workers in the league. So hopefully
he'll be back.
That's the plan. I hope he can get back.
I don't know if he can be as explosive as he is right now, but he'll be back.
I feel like he'll come back, like Paul George.
Did, yeah.
Two big injuries on the Pacers.
Right. All right, so then the NBA All-Stars came out. NBA All-Stars came out last night. Always a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
The East starters are Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker, who plays in Charlotte, which is cool to see because the All-Star game is in Charlotte. So Kemba Walker from Charlotte, Giannis Antetokounmpo, there you go. Joel Embiid and Kawhi Leonard is the squad for the East, but I don't think it really matches up to the West.
Giannis is the captain.
Giannis is the captain, so he'll be So and then on the West, you have Steph, Curry, Paul George, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James. LeBron James is the captain, so LeBron and Giannis will be picking from the other 8 players. It's not East versus West. LeBron and Giannis got the most votes, so they will pick from the other 8 players in the field, and that's how the teams will be arranged. Not the reserves aren't known yet. What?
Never mind.
Okay, I was going to say what. So it's crazy looking at the East because I feel like the Golden State Warriors can honestly compete with that team in the East. Honestly.
It's a good team.
It's
an insanely good team.
Steph is better than Kyrie. Klay Thompson might be better than Kemba. Giannis is better than Durant.
Giannis is better than Durant. I feel like that'd be a good matchup.
Embiid would eat Draymond Green.
This is off topic, but it's crazy that we could even compare those teams to be like each other. But it'll be a good one.
I take Warriors in that.
hope Derrick Rose can get in there. That'd
I
be
do
cool.
too.
Hope
Yeah,
Luka can get in there. Maybe that'd be cool as well.
No.
Why? If you're gonna say Rose, then how can't you say Luka?
Rose or Luka?
Okay, that's ridiculous. All right, we got next. That's our whole A block. So we'll be right back. We got some games in B block, so it should be fun. We'll see you guys. Stay tuned.
If you're looking for a good book, or maybe a movie that you've been wanting to see, visit the Rose Hill City Library. Located at 306 North Rose Hill Road, open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Thursday. It's closed on Friday and Sunday, but it is open on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Go visit today.
Hi, we're your Channel 7 News team. Make sure to check us out on RHBN every other Friday.
Are you tired of constant fatigue and drowsiness? Do you suffer from chronic boredom and/or lack of motivation? Then you're going to want some fake news. 5 out of 4 doctors recommend fake news as your daily dose of legitimate happiness. If you or a family member exhibit any of the aforementioned symptoms, talk to your doctor. Fake news might just be exactly what you need.
I used to eat grass. Now I watch fake news. I used to break down in front of cameras crying. And now I found fake news.
Warning. Side effects may include corneal combustion, sporadic oral bone growth, shark-like personality, supernatural powers, spontaneous apple-triification, profuse vomiting of the foot, amnesia, internal ear growth, loss of any or all senses, loss of your favorite limb, development of the ability to see dead people, death, gravitational anomalies, instant gratification, race change at random intervals, brain dumb, and freshman uprising. For more information, call 1-800-PI19-Delta-6693.
I'm being paid to be here.
Welcome back to Are You Serious? We got a little fun game here called Love It or Shove It.
Love it.
We
Shove
got
it.
6 topics where we're going to ask each other. We're going to say they're going to love it or shove it.
Love the idea. Shove the idea. Yeah, I'll bring it up. We were talking about him earlier. Sucks that he got injured, but will Oladipo be the same player again? Love it or shove it, Brian?
I will love it because I think he'll come back better.
Better?
I think he will be like Paul George.
Okay.
Come back better. Obviously, both. I think Paul George's injury was a lot more gruesome.
Yeah.
Because I'm not bringing that up. That was
That
gross.
was bad.
But I think Oladipo, with the work ethic he has, I think he's going to come back even stronger. He'll be one of the best players in the NBA coming back at his position, and I see him being an all-star very many times in the future.
All right, what do you think?
I'm going to say love it, but I don't see him being better than what he is. I honestly see him maybe taking like a little step back just because of how he's like 28, I think.
I don't think he's 20. I think he's maybe 26 or
Okay.
I don't know yet.
But I don't know. I mean, just that injury could hurt one of his best attributes with his athleticism. But I love the idea of him coming back and being the player.
I'll say I'm kind of in the middle, but I'm going to lean more towards love it because I feel like he can still get back to the athletic state. Paul George is still. I would say Paul George isn't as explosive as he once was, but he made up for it with like skill set wise. And
Yeah,
you can always
for sure.
you can always get back there. So Brian, what's the next one right there? We just talked about that one either.
Is
Also,
Derrick
Dang.
Rose a true all-star?
a true all-star.
Because obviously he had the 50 bomb. He's had a couple 30-point games. Connor, what do you think? Love it or shove it?
I'll go love it
Okay.
All right.
just because of who he is and how he's come back from all that. He is honestly, he could win 6 Man of the Year.
I agree with
The
that.
T-Wolves, he definitely is the best scorer on the team.
I'm gonna say shove it just because of how many, and I used to be like the biggest D Rose fan too, and I would love to see him in it just for those purposes of him coming back and having like such a good year. But in the West, there's so many other guys that are deserving, and so many teams that are better than them. Like if you even wanted to say
Okay, Damian Lillard better than
Damian Lillard, if you wanted to put McCollum in there over him, even.
Yeah.
Your guy, I don't know if he's probably definitely not going to make it, but even your guy Tobias Harris has had a career year for the Clippers, and he's on the Clippers, and they're in the playoff hunt. They're 8 seed right now.
He should make it.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's so many guys in the West, so I'm going to say shove that one.
That's true.
I'm on the fence though. Like I can see both your guys' sides. I'm dead center on the fence. He has had an insane comeback here. It's nice to see him because he's getting back to his quality he had when he was a rookie, a sophomore. He just has that quality again, and it's good to see that people crossed him out and he's back.
Yeah.
And he is showing them, the NBA, why they never should have crossed him out.
Alrighty. So the next one,
Next up, Kobe, is James Harden the unanimous MVP?
James Harden is I say yes. He's the second unanimous MVP of all time because it's been a long time since we've seen a player put up numbers like this and keep it up for even as long as he has. And it's only been since December, but still, to keep up that pace for that long, he should absolutely be the MVP. When you look at his team, he doesn't have Capella, who's on a $90 million contract. He doesn't have Chris Paul, who's on a max contract. So he's missing 2 almost max players. And he's still, you got to remember, these guys not even that long ago were out of the playoffs. And people were like, is Houston even going to make the playoffs? Dude goes on an averaging 40. Yeah, that was you. Dude goes averaging 40, and then they're all of a sudden sitting in the 4 spot.
Yeah.
Like, he absolutely should be the unanimous regular season MVP. We've never seen somebody. It's been a long time. It's been since that year Kobe did it. We've seen somebody put up numbers like this. I don't care what they say about him not passing because he really in this situation you can't pass. Like look at what PJ Tucker's doing. You look at the guy he's playing with. He has good role guys, but he has to put up those type of numbers, and they're winning doing it. So I say he should be MVP. So love it.
I love it.
I love it, but also at the same time, I saw something on Instagram yesterday. James Harden in the past, I think it was 25 games, scored more than Kyrie has all season.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
That is incredible.
Yeah.
that's a stat I forgot
That
to
is
bring that up.
incredible.
That just proves Kyrie's the most overrated player in the league.
It's ridiculous. And no, it shows that he's good because they used him for that stat.
And then James Harden
No
just
rate.
goes and drops what 61 at Madison
He
Square
doesn't
Garden.
need to drop as many points. He has
Kyrie's overrated.
Tatum and Horford and Brown on his team, but
I'll go to the next one.
all right. Should LeBron be an All-Star? Let me rephrase that since it's love it or shove it. LeBron being an All-Star. Love that or shove that?
Love it, but also I can see the shove it side because he's only played a specific amount of games, and obviously, he's 34 now. He's got to stay out until that groin's fully healed because he's on a max contract, and I still agree with him being an All-Star because of what he did before he got injured.
There we go.
All right.
That
I was
is
gonna say
that is my love it side.
I'm just gonna simply say love it. His
The
name is
side of-
LeBron
The side of
James.
shove it is that he hasn't played as many games as some of the other stuff.
Whatever. This dude's done too much for the league. He dominates. He put the Lakers at the. I want to say they were at the 2s. They were sitting at 3 or 3. They're sitting at the 3 seed for a while. LeBron put them there, so easily love that one.
Now
I
they're
say.
in the playoffs.
Okay, this is a fun one right here.
Ooh.
So we've seen how the scoring. I mean, people are scoring in the 130s, 140s this year, without even overtime sometimes. So, in the next 5 years, somebody will eclipse Kobe's 81-point record. Love it or shove it,
Oh, I
Connor.
love it.
You love it.
I love it.
Who's it gotta be?
I mean,
I'd say it's got to be
it's
hard.
got to be James Harden. I mean, he had 61 2 nights ago in Madison Square Garden. He went 5
For 20 from 3.
If he shoots 5 more, that's 15. Oh, yeah, I love it, dude.
You think he's gonna get there? You
I
think he
love
could
it.
get there in the next 5
I
years?
think he could get
Or
there.
somebody else maybe?
Maybe he could get there.
Because
but
you
I
said
love it.
Book got to 70, so
I love it.
you love it or shove it.
I love it.
Love it.
I agree. It has to be James Harden because the dude shoots insane amount from inside the 3-point line too, and he shoots amazing from the free throw line. He starts hitting 3. Some game gets going early. He's hitting that.
Love it.
Shove it.
Love
Whoa.
I'm gonna shove it.
Just love,
I don't-
just love Kobe too much.
I think Harden will get close, but I don't think it's gonna be in the next 5 years. That was like that team that Kobe was on was absolutely horrible that year. It's like he had like Smush Parker and I don't know who else. Kwame Brown was on that team. James Harden still has guys like mind you, and when Chris Paul comes back, I will say this: I think that this overall skill set of the NBA is improving. Like on the worst team, there's still a really good player. Like look at the Suns.
Yeah.
You still have Devin Booker who I put up 70. You look at the Nets who've never been that good. You have D'Angelo Russell who's
What about
the Cavs.
the Cavs? Yeah, no one.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess in that case, but I mean, you still have Kevin Love who hasn't played, who
That's true.
is considered one of the best fours in the league. So on every team, there's somebody that's really good. And I think in the era of there being super teams, the scoring is always going to balance out between those players, and there's going to be blowouts to where those players don't even play the fourth quarter. So that's the reason I'm going to say that it's not going to happen. But if it was to happen, I'm going to shove it. But if it does happen, I see it being hard.
All right, Connor. Love it or shove it. These 4 teams, the final 4 teams in the NFL playoffs this year, will be the final 4 next year.
Shove it. I don't see this happening. I mean, there's always this one team every year that always makes the conference championship you never expected. Honestly, I mean, the Cowboys, if that figures out, they could beat the Rams. They got that. Don't forget about Green Bay. They're coming back.
Who? Oh, I don't know.
Also,
they said Green Bay.
Also, the Chargers, they could make it. There's just a bunch of other good teams. I don't see these 4 teams making it back next year.
As much as I love my Cowboys, and I think that we might be able to do it, I'm going to lean more towards love it because I feel like, yeah, you say the Chargers and Green Bay, I guess, and the Cowboys, but the 4 teams that are in it are just a level ahead of those guys when it comes to the playoffs. You saw how the Patriots pounded LA when in the playoffs when playoffs time. People thought the Chargers were going to give them a game. It wasn't a game at all, really. Past the second quarter, the Chiefs, once they get it, they hired a defensive coordinator yesterday. So if they can get that side figured out of the ball, they're going to be unstoppable. And then the Rams, they're the most skeptical one for me. I don't know if Goff can keep it up, and that defense is still shaky. I don't like Peters. You don't think the Saints make it?
I think the Saints make it.
I think they have a young defensive core, and Breeze comes back and Thomas comes back. I think they'll want to get
devastating loss like that. Ugh.
I don't know. I feel like they'll want to get back even more. When you lose games like that, you want to get there. You enjoy those conference championship games. I know they do, and they feel like they got cheated. They feel like they should be in the Super Bowl. So I'm going to say the 4 teams that are in it this year do come back next year. What do you think?
Shove it.
There
Like
you go, Ryan.
there's so many teams that can come up, and even the Browns can make the playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to be in the conference championships.
Okay.
I'd say they could
Browns got thrown in the conference championship talk.
Okay, time out. Calm yourselves. I'm not that crazy yet. So the Browns, they obviously had a much better season they've had in the past this year. There's just more teams coming up and coming down. I don't see the same 4 being in it.
I just see Brady smacking any team that wants to come there. I see Mahomes next year smacking any team that wants to come into the playoffs. I see the Chiefs and the Patriots for sure being AFC locks.
I don't see the NFC.
The Rams, it's I guess it could flip flop really. I think that if there was a team, I think the Cowboys are real threats to get there next year. If Dak figures it out,
Eagles might be too.
Eagles?
I think so.
I don't see that happening. Eagles are struggling.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Minnesota, Chicago.
Green Bay. What?
The whole NFC North can make it.
No. Bears don't have enough experience. Aaron Rodgers' team is horrible. He's starting to be washed.
Stop.
These Packers fans can't accept the truth. It's whatever.
Quarterback can't throw fast than yards.
We made it farther in the playoffs than you did.
You got a great defense.
That's the point. We have a better team. Your team is awful. Maybe you get a GM that can sign some guys. You haven't had a running back in 20 years.
Yeah, that's true.
But next, that's it for that. So we'll be back in C Block with Sports in Rose Hill. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto repair shop? Head over to Redline Auto Repair, locally owned family business in the Rose Hill area since 2004. Their experienced workers and modest prices have earned them a reputable status among the people of Rose Hill. Their services vary from oil leaks, AC repair, as well as engine and transmission replacement. If you are in need of an auto repair, make your way to 112 North Rose Hill Road for the best automotive repair available.
Jordan Croft, reporter, Channel 7 News.
Hi, I'm local family man, entrepreneur, FBI agent, cartel leader, lizard person, amateur equestrian, and billionaire John Partridge. And you should watch fake news.
Back to RE Series. We got some Rose Hill sports for you right now. Girls basketball at the Haven tournament. They won last night. Big dubs. They play today and tomorrow again. And then swimming is at Wichita Northwest this weekend, as well as wrestling is at Andover tomorrow. Big weekend in Rose Hill sports.
Okay.
Big weekend.
A lot of stuff going on. And then we are back at it the day of our show.
Tuesday.
In Augusta. We got a break this week. Second show back, the Triple B's, baby, them all blues, coming back to you on a very nice Friday. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see you guys back on Tuesday.